How's it going, champs? I'm back with another episode of The Ranting Redhead, and I am the host, Aiden. And I know you can't see this, but I'm going to put on these sunglasses, this brand new pair of sunglasses I got to make me feel even more cool. Yeah, now we're cooking. And today I want to talk about just this one topic that I had, so I don't know how long this episode will go for, but I did record an episode about a week ago, and I was very drunk. And you know how sometimes when you get drunk and you say things and you end up with divorce papers the next day? Well, and you're like, why did I say that? Well, I'm glad that I actually did not upload it immediately, because I was looking back on it and I'm like, wow, is it bad? But hey, you know what? If, you know, hey, maybe I'll start a Patreon page for all my failed podcast episodes where I really go off the deep end. Well, I'll put them there. Fuck it. Why not? But anyway, today I want to talk about just this one thing that I think we can all unite on. The elderly. We all hate them, right? Here's my problem. And it's not... I mean, I could bitch for hours about the elderly, but I want to talk about the public perception, because this is something I noticed when I was at work the other day. Why is it if the elderly choose to bitch, oh, these crazy kids, this generation, where's my pills? You know, they choose to bitch, and it's just like, oh, you know, that's just old Betty being a bitch, but hey, she's an old woman. You know, what are you gonna do? But when I bitch about the elderly, rightfully so, then it's like, oh, well, you're just an ageist. Go fuck yourself. There's a double standard to be had here. I am sick. No, that's bullshit. I'm not hearing that anymore. So if I can, and I can rightfully so complain about the elderly, like, oh, they're too slow. Why do they take forever to just get in a car when I'm trying to just exit the parking lot? You know? But that you can't bitch about because you're ageist. No, I'm here to tell you what. If you hate the elderly, let me know, because I think this is an issue we can all unite on. And now, granted, I will admit there are some exceptions, of course. You know who you are. You know if you're not a bitch. Here's the other thing, and I'm not going to say anybody in particular, but I know somebody who, they were complaining about the fact that this one person was camping one day, wasn't the next day, and went back. It's like, wow, what's the deal? What's the big idea with this? Why do you do that? I'm like, the elderly love to bitch about things that don't even affect them. Are their lives really that insignificant? I don't care. I mean, seriously, can you just speed time up to the urn already? Because I can't take it anymore. Holy God. Oh my God. Do you think that the worms kill themselves because the elderly love to debate when they're 6 feet under about how cold it is? But I'll give you another example from my former job, because and I'll tell you about my job story after. But when I was there, let me tell you about this this one really old bitch that had to come through I mean, I've told these type of stories before, but because I knew that I was ending my my time at this store, I just did not give a fuck anymore. And we have a rule where if you go to self-checkout, you can only have 20 items. And I think that's good, especially in summer, because they were a small store, and quite frankly, it just moves everybody along faster. Well, this fucking bitch, that 95-year-old bitch, just comes through with a cart full of groceries, goes right there, and I told them about the rules, like, oh, I don't care, get the manager, blah, 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 blah. And they just did not even want to deal with it. And they're like, oh, I don't think I have more than 20 items. They had 85! Alright? 85 fucking items! And, oh, I don't think I have that much. If you can't tell that you don't have 85 items in your cart, you're either a lying bitch, which is not surprising. I wonder why so many of your husbands probably killed themselves. But if that's not the case, and you really can't tell that, revoke your fucking driver's license, because clearly you can't see shit! But anyway, and she was like, oh, I like doing it myself! Why is it the elderly think they can still do shit when they clearly can't? And it just bothers the hell out of me, because then you have to annoy me and disrupt my good time. Alright? But the whole time, but then she started being like, oh, how do I do this? I'm like, you can self-checkout. You said you could do it yourself. Work on it. And she got so pissed. And I fucking loved every second of it. And I'm like, no, I'm just following what she says. She says she could do it herself. Watch it. So, and you want to guess how long she was there for? 40 minutes. 40 fucking minutes. It was insane. Like, how do you spend more? Anybody who spends more than like 10 minutes at a self-checkout needs to off themselves. But 40 fucking minutes? Go to hell, you decrepit bitch. Hold on, let me finish my drink. But anyway, let me tell you this job story. So within the past month, they really have not been giving me any hours. Now, granted, I requested from the 1st of May to the 14th of May, I needed that off because that was the last 2 weeks of school and that's what I had to focus on. Okay. But from the 15th of May until June 11th, they've given me like nothing. And who knows, it might even go past that because I have yet to check my schedule for next week. So they've been fucking up and now they're bitching that I got a new job. It's amazing. And now they're like, oh, well, we can pay you more. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And on my last day, I am going to do something I've always wanted to do. I am going to quote my hero, George Carlin. I'm going to get on the speaker. And if it's the 7 words you can't say on television, I'm sure you can't say them in a grocery store either. Which, of course, I'm talking about shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. I will say them all over the loudspeaker directed towards certain people because it will just be funny. Let's just be honest. It'll be funny. So if you really want to see me do it, message me and I'll tell you the date that I do it because, oh boy, is it going to be fun. And if you want to stick up for your local redhead, contact me and I will tell you which 3 people that I work with that you can direct this to. If you would love to just come into the store and call out one of the 3 people, I will let you know. Because, hey, you know what? You're doing me a favor. I'm going to say it to everybody, but if you want to get in on the fun, just let me know. But I'm so excited because my new possible job, I find out tomorrow. It's supposed to be today, but I'll find out tomorrow. It's me, first of all, it's paying more than my other job, it's closer to my house, and it's doing something that I love, possibly, because I was going to be an assistant activities director at this resort, and now they're interested, and I didn't even bring this up, because when I spoke to the head of the marketing department like a week ago, she brought up to me that she's interested in doing a podcast there. She wants someone to do short films there. And I'm like, well, look no further. Here I fucking am. And now I'm pitching commercials to them. And I find this all out tomorrow. And it's basically up to 2 people. And I've talked to both of them. And they love me. Because who doesn't love a balding redhead? I mean, I know most women don't, but that's okay. I'm talking about the ones who will pay me, not the ones that I'm paying, okay? But it's great because I'm also trying to rope in somebody else because I told the activities director because he is more planning like stuff for the actual place where I'm kind of promoting the resort. And I said that I'd help out, build whatnot and develop anything we need. But I said, shooting commercials and doing like a short film, it's a lot of work. But I know somebody who is unemployed, and he was one of, if not the best in the class. So hopefully now I can get paired up with him, and then we can make money just making a short film this summer. I mean, that's what I want. That's gonna be fun. So hopefully, if I end up doing another podcast or short films for someplace, I will let you all know where you can find them. Oh, I just thought of a good bit. Okay, so I have been avoiding one of my bosses, the main boss that I have to talk to, because I left them a note going back to the work thing saying like, give me more hours or basically fuck off. And within that time, I did find the other job that I'm referring to. And now they're like desperately trying to get a hold of me, and I've been just avoiding them because why the fuck would I want to talk to them? I just thought of a good bit. It'll be terrible audio, but if you want, I'll record that whole, because I'm gonna have to confront this person regardless. But I'll record the whole conversation, and I'll put it into one of my ranting redhead episodes. I'll just inject it somewhere, like I'll get it queued up. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is just record this conversation. I probably won't play you the whole thing because, like I said, the audio will probably be terrible because I'm just gonna do it from my phone, and I'll have to like keep the phone in my pocket and whatnot. But like, if you want to hear me be, the stud McMuffin stand-up type of guy that I claim to be, then you'll get the chance to hear it finally in action, baby. But yeah, so I'm hoping I get the other job because. I don't know, and I had to send this to the person, when we talked about short films. I really want to have, like, a do-over of mine. I'm not gonna, like, repeat the same plot or anything, but, God, I recommend it to people, because I like feedback, but I can't bring myself to watch it anymore. Like, I've seen it so many times editing. I saw it, I've shown a couple people, but I can't bring myself to watch it anymore. Some people thought it was really good. There's things I'm like, I wish I could correct. I mentioned that I made a short film, and the head of marketing is like, send it to me right now! And because that's the thing, where I work, everybody's so enthusiastic, and it's to the point where it's borderline scary. Like, I feel like I'm joining a cult, but hey, you know what? Maybe I'll be the one that survives. I don't know. It's weird. I'm such like not a downer. Well, I am a Larry David, just to where I'm like, I don't care. I just have that attitude. I'm definitely a Larry David type guy, and that's not a bald joke, but I really don't. I don't get along with peppy people, and that place is filled to the brim with the most upbeat people that I've ever seen. Like, the ones that I really have to interact with. Like, there's a few that are definitely down to earth. I mean, they're all down to earth people, but some of them are just like, hey, how you doing? Hey, man, good to see you. Oh, I love this idea so good. I love it. And I'm like, bro, take it down. Come on. I haven't had a bang energy drink this morning. I'm not ready to be on this level yet. I'm trying not to drink. I'm trying not to drink them. I will admit. So the last day I had a bang before was, I think, I want to say May 12th, because I think that was the Friday. It was my last show on the radio station, the Pork Chop Express. And I had a bang, and I knew that was going to be I'm done drinking these every day. And I went for weeks without it, but I will admit, when I had to go to work really early one morning, I'm like, I need it. And it got scary because I have to lug around this cart because I would always put tags up throughout the store. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna keep the can here. So I put it in a water bottle. I'm like, what do you know? It fits perfectly. I put it, I sit down for 5 minutes. I go to take a drink. It was so pressurized. I felt like a bomb was about to go off. It was really scary. I'm like, if I open this, it's going to explode. And had I waited a minute longer, I guarantee you that bottle would have just slammed right open. It was scary, but it was kind of funny. But I have to drink a bang every now and again, because if you saw my short film, and if you've seen another short film on YouTube, Crabula, I am the bang master. So I have to keep up this image, man. And I'm not getting that reputation any other way. It's just drinking the energy. I don't know. There's a lot of goals that I always try to keep. I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna stop drinking energy drinks. I'm gonna give up this. I'm gonna start doing that. And you know what? Like a pie in a fat man's fridge, it just doesn't last that long. And speaking of not lasting very long, no, it's not a sex joke. I just want to talk about a movie that I got to see in the theater the other day. We got to see one of my favorite movies of all time replayed in the theater, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's funny, I forgot that movie's less than 2 hours long, but it still holds up so well. That new one just really looks bad. When the teaser trailer came out in December, I was like, this looks awful. And then there was a Super Bowl commercial. I said the same thing. Looks awful. And then they had that other trailer where they play Rolling Stone's "Sympathy for the Devil." And I got cautiously optimistic. Like, it looked all right. But then I started hearing awful things about it. And I'm like, once I started, because I knew that was going to be a movie, I'm like, I got to hear good things and then I'll see it. And I've heard not so good things. And it always annoys me because I keep seeing previews where it's like, Indiana Jones' final adventure will be his greatest one. I'm like, you can't top that original trilogy. I mean, look, I think Raiders is the best. I think the order of quality just goes down with each film. Because I fucking love Temple of Doom. I acknowledge some of the problems. Some of them I think are bullshit that people claim, but they're great. That movie's great. Last Crusade out of the original trilogy is actually my least favorite. It's a very good movie. It's just, to me, it doesn't feel as original as Raiders or Temple of Doom. Crystal Skull's a bad movie, and I feel like this will be the worst one. So I was like, well, I'm not going to see it, so why not go see Raiders? And yeah, it's still so fucking good. The only thing I hated was, once again, people started clapping at the end of the goddamn movie. And here's the thing, it wasn't even like that packed of a theater, which I thought was kind of surprising, although there were 2 showings. I saw it at 4 o'clock, and then there was a 7 o'clock. I would normally go to the later showing, but I had to drive an hour to go see this movie. So I saw the earlier one because I'm an old man and I need my soup and sleep. It wasn't packed, but like at the end of the movie, people start clapping. And when people clap in a theater, it bothers the fuck out of me. Whenever I've been in a theater where people clap, it's all for newer movies. Raiders of the Lost Ark is over 40 fucking years old. I guarantee people have seen it. You don't need to clap. People know that you like the movie. You're going to see it. You don't need to fucking clap. It's so stupid. If you clap in a theater, please just cut your hands off already. Because I'm tired of it. Then, you know what, they'll probably resort to using their fucking feet, and then if we have to cut those off, then they start banging their head, and then, you know, it just leads to disaster. Because then ticket sales will go down. And then people won't go to the movies that much anymore. I mean, people don't already. And then theaters will be forced to shut down. So is it worth it? Can we enforce a no clap policy? I mean, do you think if people did that, people would stop going to the theater? That'd be interesting, because it's just stupid. Like, you're allowed to laugh, obviously, in a movie. You're allowed to have, like, oh shit reaction. Like, you could do all that. But clapping, not just at the end of the movie, like, that's stupid enough. But when you're clapping in the middle of a movie when something happens, I'll never forget this. Because I remember looking around at people being like, how is it that I am the smartest person in this theater? And this is a packed theater. When I went to go see The Rise of Skywalker, that last Star Wars movie, and that's the worst Star Wars movie, hands down. And that's the movie that made me be like, I don't like Star Wars anymore. Even the original trilogy, now it just bothers me. But anyway, when I went to go see Rise of Skywalker, people clapped twice. Once when the credits rolled, but then there was another moment, and to me it was one of the dumbest moments, and that movie's filled with just shit decisions. But there's a moment, it's so unnecessary. It's when what's that wrinkled bitch? I forget her name. I keep wanting to say Roz from Monsters Inc. It rhymes with Roz. Maz. I don't remember her last name, but that old wrinkled cucumber, orange cucumber, you know who I'm talking about. She calls Chewbacca over and is like, "Hey, this is for you," and gives him a medal, the medal from the original Star Wars movie, because people on Reddit wanted to be like, why didn't he ever get a medal? So I thought that was so like, I remember being like right before people started clapping, I'm like, oh my god. Then the whole theater erupted with applause. I'm like, how is it I am the smartest person in this room? It was not supposed to be this way, okay? I like to think of myself as average to slightly dumb. I don't want to be on the upper scale. All right? It's more boring. But you know what? At the same time, it just makes me feel good about myself, because I'm like, well, hey, at least I didn't. I can proudly say, like when I'm on my deathbed, hey, you know what? I did something that most other people didn't. I didn't clap when Chewbacca got a medal. That's gonna be my dying words, and I put that on my fucking tombstone, because then they'll realize, oh, this guy. It's like how on tombstones, it's like, oh, you know, did this, went to war, served their country, made their generation proud. It's sad that this is what my generation has resorted to. I made my generation proud a few years ago when I didn't clap at Chewbacca getting a medal. Fuck everyone who likes that movie. It's a piece of shit. But I think I'll end the episode there. Did a good 20-ish minutes. But there is one thing I would like to say before I do. Something I was thinking about. I think for now, unless I have a really, really good idea, I'm not doing any more Ranting Redhead episodes by myself, because I think I've kind of exhausted all I can do on my own. It's not to say that this show will go away or anything. In fact, I'm looking forward to a couple people that I have that want to be guests, and I'm going to continue doing them. I know that this show has more potential when I have other people on. I never try to half-ass it. There's many episodes where I have, and some of them I've published, some of them I haven't. I'm not proud of every single episode that I've done, but you know what? I still think no matter what, there's something in each episode. So, I think for now, unless I feel really, really motivated to go on by myself and do something, I will. But until then, I'm just going to do it where I go with other people, because I find that could be way more fascinating if given the chance. So with that, I will end the episode right there, you bitches and bastards. Thank y'all so much for listening. If you want to be a guest on my show, hey, you know what? Let me know, and I could probably arrange it. So, yeah, have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and if I do end up doing the thing that I mentioned earlier, where if I tell off my boss, of course I will come on and do that. That I'm actually I kind of want to do. I wish I hate this. They've been calling me every single fucking day, and they couldn't do it right now. I'd do it on the show right now, but no, they have to just ruin my fun. So with that, I'll end the episode there. Thank y'all so much for listening. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one, champs.